Shir sponsored Lulu Nishmas. I'm Yaakov Shalom Abbas Yitzchok. We're holding in Bavakamo Daf Mem. Yesterday we got to the two dots in Daf Mem Amud Aleph. It's about 12 lines in the top. Torah Rabbanon. It says Torah Rabbanon apotroposim. Apotroposim are guardians. Mishalmim min aliyah ve'ein mishalmim kover. So they pay min aliyah, as we saw in the previous daf. When they take responsibility for the yisayimim, they have to pay, and either they pay for the yisayimim or they pay for themselves, and the yisayimim will eventually pay them back. Ve'ein mishalmim kover. They don't pay kover. Says it more. The one now is going to come to explain. One's going to understand why. What will be the reasoning they don't pay kofer? What's a kofer? Kofer is when a shor kills the adam. If it's a shor muad, it pays kofer. So guardians don't pay kofer. Why? Mantana kufr kapara. Who's man that holds a kufr is a kapara? Meaning kofer is kapara. It's a kofer nafsher, rectification to go and give kapara to the adam. If you say me, ask me, lab ne kapara. You ask your young children. They don't have a kapara. So I don't have kofer by Yisayim because Yisayim don't kapara.
They don't need kapara.
They don't need kapara. Amav Chizda Shmuel b'nei Shabich Rebberki the Tanya. Had the Shmuel b'nei Rebberki that we learned earlier. V'nosa Peter Nafsho Dmei Nizak. Shmuel b'nei Shabich Rebberki Dmei Mazik. Right. So we had a machlekes as Dmei Nizak Dmei Mazik. How do you value the kofer? Is the kofer valued based on the value of the one who's killed? Or it's based on the value of the one who killed, the owner of the shor. Now, think about it. What's the simple understanding? If you're paying Dmei Nizak, so Pshat has nothing to do with kapara. And you took a life of somebody, and you have to pay back. So, it's one of the ways you pay back. But if it's the old, the one now understands, if you learn kapara, what's kapara? Kapara, who needs kapara? The killer. So, it's supposed to be the murderer. So, you have to pay. How much do you pay? Your value. You need to, right? It's a kofer nefesh, like a kofer nefesh. You go to the Rebbe, right? You go to the Rebbe, you give a kofer nefesh. What's a kofer nefesh? You give money. You give money as a kapara. So, you have to give money based on the kapara of the mazik. Right? So, Maila, back on, what's the machlekes? Says he more. It's mom when you have to pay the valuation of the one who's damaged. He holds kofer's kapara. And therefore you pay the value of the mazik. No. Everybody agrees that kofer is kapara. Here's the machlekes. No. The way it works is, everybody agrees that kofer is a kapara. But how do you pay kapara? What is your rectification for what you did? How do you rectify that? Is it you give your own valuation? I mean, the owner has to pay, like we're in the store till now. Or is, how you rectify your sin? By paying the value of the nizak. It's kofer. Of kapara. Now, what's the reasoning? The reason is based on the pasuk. My time. It says, Kasher Yoshis Olav. Kechol Asher Yushis Olav. That says about kofer. Okay, it says Kechol Asher Yushis Olav. And it says, Shiso by Kasher Yoshis Olav Balaisho. So, Yoshis Olav, what do you pay? What's Balaisho? When a person hit a woman, and caused her to have a miscarriage. So, he has to pay. What does he pay? The value of the vlodes. So then you pay the nizak. So the more malalam with the nizak, by the baby's the nizak. I've come with the nizak. That's because you pay the baby's the nizak. Shmuel b'nei Shabich Rebberki Zovar, v'noson pidyon nafshe ksiv. As they pay the nafshe. Pidyon nafshe. You pay the yon nefesh. V'rabanon in pidyon nafshe ksiv. It is, you pay the yon nefesh. Meaning, you are paying your own pidyon, but how do you value that pidyon? What is the valuation pidyon? The valuation is bidyon nizak. Interesting machlekes. How do you value the kapara? What is the Gemara saying? At least according to our sugya. According to our sugya, the Gemara is telling us that everybody agrees Yisayim don't pay because it's a kapara. Kapara, Yisayim don't have a kapara. They're ketani, so therefore they're never going to be a kofer. The machlekes Gemara says is, how do you value kofer? How do you look at kofer? Why kofer? Is kofer value based on the one who pays? Or kofer is, he has to pay the value of what he damaged. Says the Gemara, Mishabech li Rov Rav Nachman, Davach B'Yakov, Dodom Gadol. So Rava praised Nachman. Rava praised Rav B'Yakov, and he told Rav Nachman, you should know this, Rav B'Yakov, he's very chashuv. He's Dodom Gadol. Says, you know, when he's here, bring him over. I want to speak with him. So he came in front of him and says, ask me a question. So talk about kofer. How do two partners pay kofer? What does it say? They each will pay kofer. Only one kofer. You pay not two. Each will pay half. It says kofer. It has to be full kofer. As Toys points out, because we all kofer kapara. Kapara, you have to pay. You have to give kapara for yourself. Half a kapara doesn't work. Bishop who's mumming, you're paying money. I can divide money, but if it's kapara, if that's how you value the kapara, how can you divide it? So as he's sitting and trying to figure this out, trying to answer it, Omar Lay, so he asks him another question, right? So he's asking this question, right? Seemingly, Rav Achar by Yaakov is the one who asked the question to Rav Nachman. Rav Nachman tried to figure out. He asks him another question. Omar Lay, Tran, Chayver, Chirimashkin Oisom, Chayver Chatoris Vashomes Inimashkin Oisom. So the one who owes Erchin, you have to take it from Mashkin. What's Erchin? The person goes and says Erchi Alai or Echploini Alai. He wants to give, there's a certain fixed amount you have to pay. The Rabbanan said it's a whole Masech, called Masechus Erchin, that goes based on that. Now, if a person says Erchi Alai, we don't trust him he's going to pay it. He doesn't really have a big incentive to pay it, except the fact that he owes the money. So in order to make sure that it's being paid, you go and you take a mashka from him, you take a collateral. But someone who holds the chatos and hoshom, you don't take a mashkin. Why? He needs a kapara. He needs to rectify his sin. If he's not going to bring a korban, he won't be rectified. So he's very incentivized to bring his kapara.
So he makes a neder. He's not incentivized in the kind of.
No, not as much, because neder is you have obligation, but here you have a sin. What about kapara? Kevin the kapara, kechatas voshim. Kevin the kapara is a kapara, kechatas voshim nami, and it's like kechatas hashom. And therefore michmer chomer oloyu, it's chomer for him. V'loy bay mushkirov to take a collateral. Or do kevin the chavi with the boy l'meisali. He's not paying. Who is he paying it to? Not paying the base of English. He's paying it to his friend. Mamoinui v'loy l'gavoyahu v'loy chomer aleis. He looks at it like money. And he doesn't think it's so chomerdik, right? Ubay mashkuri, you have to take a mashkur. Inami came on the lo huchoto. He's not the one who did the sin. Who did the sin?
Sure.
The shor. Mamoinu dazik. Lo chomer emil salai ubay mashkuri. So you have to. It's not so chomer. You have to take a mashkur. So right here, the first point. See, when you give to your friend the money, all bets are off, right? You know, like they have the famous the story. The thing of mushals, where someone brings, you have the person who comes to the Rav, he says, Rav, I have this animal that I shechted, I'm not sure if it's kosher or not. It's a very expensive short, $2,000 short. The Rav looks at it and says, sorry, it's treifa. Say it, throws it away, no question. But then the Rav tells him, you owe your friend $50. What did I pay? The Rav is on this side, bro. You have to give your friend your money, person gets more defensive. So here you have to pay your friends. You don't take a look at his chashivas. So that's the second question that he asked. I read the first question he asked. I didn't have an answer. You asked me if the kraver had to do with shuktim and still bothered by that. I'm still behind there. You asked me another question. I'm really still stuck with the first one. Okay, I don't have even an answer for the first one. There's a beautiful Chazon Ish. So a few quoting Chazon Ish. Chazon Ish says, what happened over here? Rava tells Rav Nachman that Rav Achar bar Yaakov is Adam Gadol. Tells him, bring him over here. And what is he going to say? Why don't you ask a question? He says, Adam Gadol. Maybe ask him some Musa Shmuz, milas and nefesh. No, he has some halacha. So Chazon says the main thing that a gadol b'Yisrael is halacha. And that's all the milas do. But the main thing, that's how you test him. Does he know halacha or not? What is he going to ask anymore? How's he going to ask the question? That's number one. That's like the basis. Then, for the evaluation of how a person's chashuv is based on halacha.
The whole name of this is a Makai.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Says more Torah one. Shalom b'chezkas stam. I just made one more. But the point that Chofetz Chaim brings, we know that you're not supposed to say shvach about somebody else to somebody because they may cause him. He says, this guy is unbelievable. Really, I'm not so sure, right? It causes people to. So the Chofetz Chaim brings it. Chofetz Chaim says, in our case, he didn't say, he said, Gadol. He didn't go into details. He didn't mishabeh him too much.
It's a pretty big detail.
It's a big detail, but he didn't expand it too much. Okay. Tana Bonan, Shaloi b'chezkas stam v'nim tzamud. Gemara brings another case. We talk about Sharmut. Maybe it's not so connected to the sugi directly, but we speak of Sharmut. A person borrows a shor. Shaloi l'shem sheilo as a tam. And he finds out it's not a tam, it's a mud. Bailu misham chatzi nezek v'shor misham chatzi nezek. So the owner pays half an nezek, and the shor pays half an nezek. Who the base shor v'chziru l'bailu? He became mud in the house of the shoyel. He took a shor, and the shor gored 3 times the house of the shoyel. Bailu misham chatzi nezek. Bailu pay half an nezek. V'shor poter miklum. Shor doesn't have to pay. More is going to explain it. Oh my God. Shor b'chestav needs a mud. Bailu misham chatzi nezek v'shor chatzi nezek. Each shor pays half an nezek. Why? Are you She said, I thought it was a tam. I didn't take a lion. I took an ox. He realized this animal was very wild. Don't say I didn't know there was a wild animal. It was wild. You saw it was wild. Yeah, but at the end of the day, I wanted a tam, not a mud. Right, it's wild. But he pays, tam has only half an ezek. Mud has to pay full ezek. If it would be a tam, you have to pay half an ezek? Because the show is responsible? Yes. So I'm not asking you to pay the full ezek. Pay only half. I'll pay the other half. That's the halach. Says, yeah, I'll tell you another difference. It would be a tam, I'll pay half an ezek from his guf, not more. Now I have to pay more because of the mud. Meaning that if there would be no shor, you still have to pay me the shor, right? So. Meaning, what is he saying? Migufa. Let me explain a little more. Gufa means you don't pay more than the shore is worth. That's number one. And we'll see back in a moment that remains. The second thing is, only if the shore is here I pay. If the shore is lost, I don't pay. Says the shore, you know what you caused me? Yeah, I'm paying only half an ezek. But without you, if the shore is gone, I'll pay you. I will not pay. Now I have to pay in any case. Says the owner, yeah, but if the shore is gone, you have to pay me. You're borrowing it from me. You're not out. Let's say it's a short time. It's a short time and get lost. So you don't have to pay me a short? You have to pay me a short. So I'm asking you to pay me, pay the nizak.
If he gets lost, when he machzerate the short to the bowl.
No, machzer is something else.
Before
I don't talk about it. I took it before machzer. The guy in the shore says, look what he did to me. I took a short, I thought it was tam. Now it's short more, then I'm always responsible. He says, you're responsible anyway. You're a shoyah. You get back to shore. So Tate says he's never going to pay more than the value of the shore. In other words, let's say that shore is worth 200 and he gored somebody who was worth 1,000. He's not paying 500 because now he agreed. I'm not paying more than the worth of the shore, but the worth of the shore you have to pay, even if the shore is not here. If name Malay, you should tell him. Remember when we're on the base, im tamu moidino miftarino. If it's a tam, I could go and be moidim miftar because tam, we're not understand, it's a knas. You pay half an ezek as a knas, you're moidim miftar. You could just admit and you potter. So if I admit, I potter. Even if you hold the half an nezek is not a cast, it's a moment. Namely, tamu it would be a tam. I would take it to the agam, which means to the valley. Yeah, then you would want it. I'll tell you where it is, but nobody would find it except you, and then I want to pay. So the guy says, it's not fair. You didn't tell me it's a mu'at.
Who can do that? The borrower.
The bar.
So I don't understand. Can you explain better this? What he can tell me that he could take it to the
Dog, I mean, the shoyl bar the shor. He thought the shor was a short time.
yeah.
Find the note the shor mu'at.
Right.
She says, what do you care? You have if you go, you have to be chatzin anyway. No, I want to be chatzin. You know what I'll do? I'll take the shore and put him in the valley. Go look for him, and then you have to pay.
But he still cause him that.
Yeah, but you have to pay for it. You don't pay more than goof. If it's a short time, you don't pay if the goof is not here.
But if he gets the shot go away, he doesn't pay.
Doesn't pay. He pay. Oh, so like I said before, he pays as a shoyel, but he puts it in the agom, so he knows where it is. So you always give it back to the owner. Tells the owner, I will take care of you. I will never pay, and I'm done. If it's a short time. Taisus says, and that's the question. Says Taisus, but he's doing something which is not there.
Right.
He's a thief.
What kind of time is that?
That's what it says. Yeah. Look at what it says. Taisus, Tamo, my time is him. Can I ask the shul kedin? So Bishwa, if you hold, it's about choiv. You could say he's just doing mazik shivud shachaveru. But if not, what is he doing? So says the Taisus, answers like this. Not that he says that's what I'll do and I'll just get out of it. What I would do is I would cause some problems, and then I would go to the Nizak and say, listen, I know I owe you money. I don't want to cause you problems. Let's come to some deal. Let's make a deal. I'll pay you, not right away. Give me a 2-year payment plan. Help me out so I don't want to steal from you. But I would have the upper hand. Now I don't have it. Says the Gemara, Elo, we talk about he didn't have a chance to do it. Bezin came and grabbed the shore before he had any chance. Says the Gemara, Yachi, Baili Mami Shabbat Chatzines, so why the owner pays? Namely, as Pasel Teroi Biodo Mandlo Mitzir Shtir Dir Be'adei. He says, you shoyl, you're a fool. You caused if it would be by me, I would find a way for the Bezin not to take it. You right away Bezin came and took it. You don't know how to play the game. Says, well, no, it says the shore. I don't understand. If I'll give it to you, I'll take it from you too. If you give it to me, I'll put it in the agno. To answer him, remember what we're talking about. Which shore we're talking about? Short time or short mood? It's a short mood. You can't come with these excuses. Me. I say, I didn't know, I thought it was a time. But you know it's a mood. So it's over. So that's if the owner has property. If he has no property, Michael and Meima, what do you say there? So it says, so what is work? Basically right now it's stuck. Where says, if the owner doesn't have any nechasim, so the owner says, by me, I don't have nothing else. I have only a shore. And I would get him away from here. You, because you don't know how to do, you don't know how to deal with the Beis Din, they took it away from you. So you're causing me damage. Why should I pay for it? Second one, the reason is like this. The reason is so I said tomorrow, you know why the Shoel tells the owner, whoa. I don't owe you money. And that's it. You call me tightness. You owe me money. Show dumb things. If I owe you money, I owe that guy money too. I owe the Nizak money. Tetanya. Yamno Soloimer. Midam no so. Tanya no Soloimer. So Reuven owes money to Shimon. Shimon owes money to Levi. How do you know you take away from Reuven and you give it straight to Levi? The one who owns the Osham. Osham means the principal. So that's how you know. So what is going to say over here? Says the Shoyel, you're Chatzi Nezek. I don't just owe it to you, and then you owe it to the Nizak. I paid directly to the Nizak. What does the shah say, Taina? Whoa, why are you giving it to him? Give it to me. Why should I give it to you more than him?
Who is saying that?
The owner. The owner of the shah goes to the shah and says, why did you take the shah and give it to the nizak? Give it to me. That's what basically he's saying. Give it to me and then I will hide it. So tells the shah, you know why I gave it to him? Because I owe it to him. If I owe you and you owe him, I owe him. And here's where Shibud HaNosa comes into effect. Because if you say that the shoyel, here's where it comes, it's very glaring. If the shoyel owes it to the owner, and the owner owes it to somebody else, so then the shoyel gives it to the owner. And the owner says, don't worry about it, I'll take care, I'll deal with the lender. And what he's going to do, he's going to hide it. That's what it's going to be. But if you're saying the shoyel owes it directly to the original person, so now the shoyel the owner doesn't have that trick. You see, Shibud HaNosa comes to effect even if there's a way for this middle person to gain from the fact that it goes through him. You still say Shibud HaNosa, it goes directly for the first person. Says the Gemara. Now, because that was the first part of the brisa. The first part of the brisa is the shoyel's nizak, he pays it. He pays only half an nizak because he says, I thought it was a tam. And he pays also the half an nizak of the owner because he owes it to the original, to the nizak. Now let's go to the next part of the brisa. Who the base of shoyel v'chziru lebayla? The shoyel took it and he gored in the house of the shoyel and became muad. And then he gave it back to the owner. The shoyel potter mikum. So the owner has to pay half an nezek, and the shoyel is exempt. Why? Going forward, exempt. Why?
When he's done, he has to pay. Now that he became muad by him, he doesn't have to pay.
But he gave it back. He wasn't mazik when it was in his house. He gave it back to the owner. Once he gave it back to the owner, he go back to scratch.
What do you mean it wasn't mazik in his house?
He was mazik, he paid for it.
He became muad.
Came in his house. After 3 times, he paid 3 times, he took the shor, he gored once, he paid half an nezek. He gored twice, he paid half an nezek. He gored 3 times, half an nezek. From now on, he has to pay nezek shor. Then the shor gives it back to the owner. Here, take back your shor. Now the shor is goring again. After it went back to the owner's house. The owner pays half an nezek, the shor is potter.
Did the shoyel tell him?
Yeah.
The Baal?
Yeah, the Baal knows.
Yeah.
Why is it so? So it's explains the Gemara. Seifo Rishus Mishani. Very simple. Once it left the shoyel's Rishus and goes back to the owner, it resets, as we learned yesterday.
So it should be a tam.
It goes with them. He pays only half an ezek. That's why he goes with them. That's why the show is potter. The show is he's not in mood anymore.
So why doesn't
Says
the reverse happen?
So the more ratio, we should say Mishano, but look at the ratio. And the ratio, when the owner gave it to the shoyel, you say we should say Mishano. You say he's still a mood. Break it. You're right. You can't say this brayso with one mandamer. In the old Mishus Mishano, and then when it goes to the shoyel, it starts from scratch. And then also it goes back to the owner, starts from scratch, it resets. Or in both cases, it doesn't reset. It doesn't change. In the ratio, in the seifo, the owner tells the shoyel, "Whoa, you don't want to guard shvarim. Because of you, are you gonna make my shor muad? Who are you to make my shor muad? I'm the owner. I gave it to you because you asked me. I want to give me a favor. You know, I like you. You're my friend. Here, take the shor. Now, you made it muad. You can make my shor muad. You don't know how to guard it. It's your problem. I know how to guard my shor. That's his problem.
So why should it be Nevzik, Chatzin, Nezek, and nothing for the shoyel? If the shoyel is the one who made him a muad, it's a man shoyel.
No, so we say he's not muad. So what is going to say? Really, he's not a muad. He's not a muad. You don't know how to guard him. When it comes back to me, I'll guard him well. He's a tam.
So do I say, unless you there's a difference of the tam is whether it's on the animal or it's on the owner himself.
Oh, so
becomes the
another or the
is the owner not watching it properly causes
right. Another, it's a little. The chakir that I mentioned is what is the more tells you that's the true nature of the shor, or it tells you, or just you got used to it. In both cases, you can explain it over here the same thing. It got used to, I'll make it back to normal. Or that's a true nature, it's not a true nature. You just don't know how to guard it.
Or ownership.
Well, you pour it. Yeah. Papa man the same Rishon Lashana, Rishon Rishon Lashana. Here's Rishon Lashana. For Rishon and time Rishon the Kolmoko Shoylich Shem Bail of Olive. Oh, there's a big side over here. Why is it like this? Really, the Rishus is Rishon. So why, when the owner gives it to the Shoyel, it remains a muad, doesn't reset? Because when it leaves from the owner to a Shoyel, it doesn't really live a Rishus. It's still in the owner's Rishus.
So why?
Kolmoko Shoylich Shem Bail of Olive.
Okay, so
One second, so why have that verse first? Because the Ma'ase said the muad happens in the Bais Shoyel. Meaning, if the shor has already a status and it changes the Rishus, say it's not a real Shini Rishus to reset a status. But to establish a status, a new status, by the Shoyel, it's not in the house of the owner. So when it goes back to the owner, it did change. Something changed when it goes from the owner to the Shoyel. But to reset something existing, you don't say it's still Shem by level. It's still by the owner when it's by the Shoyel. To an extent, it doesn't reset as it goes to the Shoyel. But when it leaves the Shoyel, goes to the owner, that situation where it was does reset. And therefore, you say that it goes back to the original state. So, interesting lumdus, which you can deal with it for a little while. Let's continue on here just to finish it down.
It sounds like the shore missed the owner.
What?
It sounds like the shore missed the owner. We had something
Shem Bailable. Shem Bailable means that the name stays.
because when he went
It's a
back-
reflection of the owner.
Right.
Meaning, and this goes back to the Machshava parts we brought earlier, that the money, the property of an Adam reflects who he is.
And what you doing? So years ago, I went horseback riding, and going out was okay. Coming back, the horse went crazy because he knew he was going back to his place. I'm a good rider. I couldn't control the horse. Couldn't.
But the listening that you said that the show becomes part of the owner as an extension. How does that fit in?
Not the shoyel. The shor, when the shor leaves the owner's house,
Shor or the show?
the shor leaves the owner's house and goes into the house of the shoyel, it still retains its original ownership to a certain extent.
You're saying he's an extension of the owner.
To a certain extent,
How
meaning
can the owner
to
go
reset.
ahead and say,
No,
you
so-
messed me up?
No, we don't say messed up. Don't say that.
Well, you just said it right.
No, that's the other one. This one doesn't reset. He just says it resets. It's a reset. Whenever you change your rishus, reset. Whatever you establish in that, call it semi-ownership of the Oshayel is reset when you go back. But whatever was by the owner, you go to the Shayel, does not reset because it's not a complete change. Says the more Shoyet Tzadin and Chamisu, we learned that we have Shoyet Tzadin, which is the shor that is in the arena. You know, they intrigue him, they push it to go and do it. What's it called in the Spanish?
The running of the bull.
The rally him. He's not Chamisu. Ibailu mal gabe Mizbeach. He does the Chamisu. Can you bring him to the Mizbeach? Rabbi Makosher Shmuel Apostle. Rabbi Makosher Panusu. You know, it's not his fault. He's good on his bech. Shmuel Apostle in Nevad Ba'avera. The Ma'ase he had an Avera, you don't put him in his bech something with Avera. Even though you don't kill it. Ma'ase more brings a question. We're going to Psukim. Mina Be'ema lo yitzias a Revea. Vesanirba. You can't put him in his bech. Revea Venirba, either an animal who was boiled a woman, or a female, or even a male, an animal that was nival by a man. Mina bakar lotziyas nevat. Take away the ones that was worshipped over the zar. Mina tzoyin loisi it's a muktzeh who is set aside for the zar. Umina tzoyin lotziyas negach. You can't put on his back an animal who is goring. It's clear you can't do it. So it's like more than a negach. If it says reveya who doesn't have air, why did it say negach who doesn't have air? If I have to say both. They're not exactly the same. By Reveya, it doesn't matter if he did it willingly or not willingly. This ass I can be not willingly. Even if he did it not willingly, he still does review. Oin is not the same thing. Because Negach Mishan Koifer. Sorry, you don't say it's Kirotzen. It has to be B'Chavana. Right? Has to be not Shor hates the din. not to show the reality. It has to be his own will. Negel Mishalim Koifer. He pays Koifer when he did it. It's not exactly the same thing. That's why I have to say both. That's that Bryce. You say the Rivea, even bonus. Negel not bonus. So you see, that's the difference. The Rivea who was done bonus cannot be a carbon. But Negel who was done bonus that was rarely could be a carbon. So clearly it could be a carbon. So the more lawyer the cat. No, we're talking about killing it. Where Rivea who does bonus, you kill it. Negel who does bonus, you don't kill it. It doesn't mean you can put it on his back. So why can I start the only carbon Negel or so bonus kirotson? Love bonus diksiv, love bonus diktiv. Allow the kato. How do you know the Lord what is Karotzer? That's exactly what we're discussing. We asked the question. When I have a shor that was forced, that was rallied to do an negicha, so you don't kill it. Can you put it in Mizbeach? You say no, you can't put it in Mizbeach. How do you know? You say Oinus can put it in Mizbeach. How do you know that? That's exactly what we're discussing. You say Gedor Pashup, Lo Yasod is Karotzer. How do you know? Doesn't say Oinus, doesn't say Navarot. I don't know. That's exactly what I'm trying to question. How does the Brisa know to say that Lo Yasod is Karotzer? So come, we're not talking about the Mizbeach, talking about the Misa. The Mizbeach, we don't know if you can put it in the Mizbeach or not, and that's the machlekes of Rav and Shmuel. Says the Gemara, Omar Mai, Negeh Hashem Sakrefer, Reviah Hashem Sakrefer, the Negeh pays Krefer, Reviah doesn't. Heichida, what's the case? Ileme, the Rovo, the Katlo, meaning there was a Reviah, the animal did Reviah, and also killed somebody. Malikate Bekanim, Malikate Reviah. What do you care if you killed with a horn or you killed the reveal? Of course you pay koifer. So what are you telling me that there's no koifer? Ella the rule of loikatlo. She did reveal katlo. What do you mean? Koifer is a payment for killing. He didn't kill, so why should I pay koifer? It was revealed, there's no killing. What happened was the person who had a reveal with a shar, they brought him to base and kill the person. So you'd say maybe you have to be great for that. Mao the Tamus says the more daf from Dalif. Kiman the Katadami. I'll think, okay, that's considered to be the short killed that person. He didn't kill it mamish by stepping on it, but he killed it because it caused a death. So that's a kiddush. Kamash what? So that's answer number one. He didn't kill it, but it caused it to die. So that's a kiddush. Don't be great. He did review and he killed. Kashalog my katla bekarnaim. Karen, my katla review. What's the difference? Karen kavanos lazik. Hi kavanos lanas atzmayu. That's the difference. By Karen, it was his intention to kill. By reveal, his intention is what? Not to kill, but for rana. So that's it. Don't pick over. My plea. What's the machlokes over here? The shorish machlokes of the Tiran Moraim. We said earlier. The regal shedor sagabeitinum b'chatzar nizok. If a animal was walking in chatzar nizok and mistakenly, not intentionally, as it's walking, it stepped on a baby. Because the mice killed. You don't pick koifer. Because you don't pick koifer if it was not b'kavanah. Tanakav say the Rav, the Gemara brings a Rav. So that's the machlokes. That's the machlokes we saw before. The Gemara mentioned it. So Tanakav say the Rav shorit tzadin eno chayim miso. No chayim miso as we said in our Mishnah. The kashul givem mizbeach mishu kimusei. And not only you don't kill it, it's also kosher mizbeach because it's considered to be forced, and we don't have a issur to put in mizbeach in that case. We said go Rabbi Isai. Continue tomorrow. We'll see what time. Either we'll try. We'll figure it out.